Anthony Pettis, Mike Perry. Where do you guys sit with that? I talked to Dave Feldman today, and there just aren't guys lining up to fight Mike Perry. And that probably won't surprise you. Now, Dave has a few in mind that he's going to reach out to, and he hasn't done that yet. And I'm going to leave it at that for now. But Perry had some ideas himself. And Perry strikes me as a guy that's very rough around the edges. Like, when you're looking at the guys that are going to be the perceived trash talkers, that are going to upset their opponents, they're going to be bad guys. They're going to be the heels and they're going to be booed. You would stereotype Perry as that, wouldn't you? He's not. Like, Perry called 3 or 4 guys out, and it was very polite. It didn't ruin the fight, though. Like, some guys will call a guy out and they'll be so polite. It's the opposite of promotion. You're demoting a fight. But there's something about Perry, as rough as he is. Like, there is a massive Nick Diaz quality. Nick can't screw up a fight promotion. Nick could talk about the guy was his best friend and came to his birthday party. It wouldn't change the fact that you wanted to see them fight. There's just a certain charm, and there's a way that he presents it. But Perry does that too. Paid George Masvidal 5 compliments while challenging him to a fist fight. He slipped in Anthony Pettis. Masvidal has yet to respond, which surprises me. Pettis did respond. And I need to tell you how nice Perry was, in case you didn't see it, and I'm the one delivering this to you. Like, Perry was very nice. He mentioned a few names. He put Dylan Dennis in there. He mentioned a few names. And the Perry-Dylan Dennis, just to remind you, Perry was the backup fighter who weighed in and was on hand at all of the media tour for Logan versus Dylan. So as part of that media tour, Perry and Dylan faced off in case something happened to Logan, and Perry and Logan faced off. It's one of these things where there is a little bit of a history. So, while he was doing these call-outs, he mentioned Pettis. And he put Pettis over. Talked about how great Anthony is on his feet, and he is great. And he even, he just beat Roy Jones Jr. in a boxing match, of which Pettis was fairly dominant. You know, that's the same Roy Jones that did a draw with Tyson. And I realize that those guys go back to the Great Depression, but they looked pretty good that night. You can tease them all you want. They had some power, and they were out there to win. And there wasn't a huge separation. A couple of years, there wasn't a huge separation from the night that Pettis dealt with him. So it seemed like a very legit call-out to me. And unlike the Masvidal call-out, Pettis did respond. So, first off, let's go to Dylan. Dylan also responded. He put the picture of the face-off that these two have already done to kind of tell a story to the audience, which was very wise of Dylan, and then said, bare knuckle, yeah, let's do it. So you've got that. When Pettis responded, he said, I wouldn't say no. But I wouldn't say no is one side of the coin, with the other being yes. But Pettis qualified it. And he said, I do box, I do like to box, I just got done boxing, I'm even doing karate and some other stand-up stuff, but this is bare knuckle, and that's a little bit different. That isn't how we train. That isn't what my coach specifically does. So if I got the call from Dave Feldman and bare knuckle, I would have to go talk to my team and then get back to you with a response. That seems acceptable to me. I'm just wondering where you guys sit with that. There's been a few names floated for Perry. I know for sure at one point, a fight in England opposite Darren Till was the direction it appeared to be going. But I haven't heard a lot from Darren Till. And that doesn't mean that it's not still a possibility. I'm just sharing with you. As Perry called guys out, I would think he would have a level of sense for what's going on, and he didn't mention Darren Till. And I want to know, what do you think? Because the options are slim. Not for nothing, guys don't want to fight Perry. I mean, Pettis is a champion of the world of 2 different organizations. He's the only athlete to be on the Wheaties box. He's wildly handsome. People love him. His brother was just the champion of the world. I mean, right? Like, there's a real story to Anthony Pettis. And I just want to know what you guys think. Do you think he's too small? Do you think he doesn't have that experience? Do you think he would go out there and touch Perry up? Like, I would really wonder, because Pettis is the definition of a technician. If you watch certain guys and then you can understand how well they know the sport, like if you could go buy a technique video, and it was between Pettis and it was between Perry, and you were going to give that technique video to your son so that he could learn to defend himself, you're going to buy him Pettis's 100% of the time. But I haven't seen Perry fight anybody yet that he's better than. He's just tougher, and he's meaner. And he can take shots, and he can deliver them back. Like, it's one of these really interesting things. I will never get tired of seeing technician versus brawler. That storyline will never grow old on me. And Pettis has been around a long time. Some of you think that he's a KG veteran. He's a lot younger than you think, though. By the way, like the guys that he was fighting with, and when he was champion, he was younger than all of them. He's not that same age group in that same bracket with some of those guys. I mean, he was champion at the same time that Anderson Silva was champion, just to put in perspective for you. So it's an interesting match, and I don't know where that's going to go. And Pettis said, I'm not against it. He didn't say I'll do it, but either way, he's saying, hey, give me a call. If you're serious about it, give me a call so that I know. That call isn't going to take place until you guys speak up, and you might not. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I'm asking you a question, one way or the other. Pettis versus Perry. Are you in or are you out?